This is pretty much the environment we grew up in. Up off the New Bixby Road on the east side, acres and acres of woods to explore. We built our share of jumps, and I designed these jumps and wouldn't have the courage to go over them, and then he would always go over.
I was always the sucker that had to ride the BMX bikes and do the jumps.
Yeah. We judged the summer by how many stitches we got. Grandpa came over, he had a 7th grade education, was German, learned how to speak English when he got over here. I think by the time he was 22, he had his own construction company. Dad and uncle, together with my other uncle Tad, did a lot of the redevelopment on Grandview Avenue. They couldn't find any job too rough to put us on, between cutting tar bubbles out of hot roofs or pushing concrete.
Fast forward, we eventually started Wagon Burner Development, now Thrive. And now we're doing other developments like the quarry trails here.
When we started exploring around here, I couldn't believe how many people were already out here. Fly fishermen on the water, kayakers, mountain bikers out here. Clearly, what people really want is access to open space like this. If we could compress the actual development footprints and leave the open space to be enjoyed, long story short, we were able to step in with our partner, Metro Parks. Tim and I discussing, for once, our flat county has done us right. We had developed 5 natural watersheds that account for all those rivers, and they perfectly space across the counties. It was an epiphany for all of us. We're like, oh my God, to have, I think it amounts to 160 miles of potential land and rivers that went right through our city. And then Tim and his folks started looking at ownership along the rivers. Lo and behold, 85% of the land in and around these rivers, not just the Scioto, but the Old Tangi, the Walnut, the Alum, and parts of the Big Darby are already in the public realm. Once we got Keith out here, it was electric. I mean, we were all walking the banks going, oh my gosh. And Keith reached out to the Beltline in Atlanta, Highline in New York City, the Bayou in Houston. And when we described what we had, literally there would be pauses on the other end of the phone and say, what did you just say? How many miles of, and it's in the public realm. They really couldn't believe it. We all got together around a conference table. I think it was Keith that said, oh my gosh, with the spacing of our rivers and streams, we could have a waterway or a park within 1.5 miles of every resident in Franklin County. We knew we needed to raise money on the private side to make it happen. Our hit rate was over 90%. Every community that we explained it to and asked for participation, we got. We thought it would take us a year to raise the money, and we raised it in 6 weeks. As we broke it down by river corridors, overnight, the amount of hours and the passion that particularly the young people in these firms, the work that we got out of it was just amazing, jaw-dropping. Kerstin Carr at Morpsey has been there from the beginning as well.
Incredible increase in people using our parks. They want more.
And she happened to be talking to Amy Acton, and Amy saw the book that our planners did and wrote the most incredible email. And I can't, I mean,
yeah, you shared it with some of the people. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, and so now that we know Rapid 5 inspires all this passion, what are we gonna do? It needs a big shove to start. For years, we turned our back on our rivers, and we've never had an industrial waste problem in our rivers. It was always about sewer overflows. A lot of credit goes to Columbus. In a period of 12 years, our rivers have all recovered incredibly well. We grew up in a pretty idyllic environment where we could go where we wanted and explore where we wanted.
From there, it's kind of that next evolution, giving back. Our families and our uncles and our dads and our grandfathers always, it was important giving back.
So we all got together and said, hey, look, let's give them $1 million head start. We know how hard it is to get a business off the ground, and that's how we view this.
Hopefully that jump start will get other people to give as well. When you look at the city of Columbus, we have a very collaborative environment here with other developers, and we work with each other. We want to see other developers invest along the corridors, invest in the Rapid 5 movement, and we think they will.
We really cherish the opportunity, and we all want to make the most of it.